You're listening to a Loot Dummies podcast, lootdummies.com. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, a weekly podcast following a group of friends as they battle across a homebrewed world called Antiriath in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Step into the mystical world of Antiriath and follow as our party adventures across the lands. Talik Grug, half-orc fighter-sorcerer from the wretched valleys of Mekzim, played by Taylor. Alirlock Bloodhair, Harengon cleric, whose fate seems determined by luck itself, played by Joey. Pomerel the Gatekeeper, Summer Eladrin paladin from the Feywild city of Solaria, played by Seth. And Bodyknock Greenleaf, the halfling rogue with a penchant for taking things that don't belong to him, played by Josh. And last but not least, the creator of our beautiful world, the man of many voices, and our dungeon master, Sam. And welcome back, everyone, to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, the podcast.
All right, gentlemen.
Oh, man.
I'll be your guide today on our ASMR journey.
Top 10 things I don't want.
I just went and looked in the Dummies chat for the first time in a long time, and it says, "Fung my treat till I ginch," which is the name of the manticores from last time.
Yeah.
And Taylor turned into a horrible, horrible thing.
Seth,
Yes.
someone at work had asked me if I'd talked to you recently. And I
Yes.
said, yeah, actually, we play D&D every Thursday. And stood there for a minute. Daddies and dildos?
Oh my
What
God. Was it Matt? Was it Matt? I knew it.
I'm leaving that in.
Daddies and dildos?
Holy shit. I love it. Hey, did you hear about the man who fell into an upholstery machine?
Oh, no. Hold on.
It was a tough
he-
situation.
He was all lined out.
You're on the right track.
Okay,
He's
those are my
fully
those are my
recovered.
guesses.
That's even better. That's really good. I saw one, and I meant to remember
Just got
for this moment. It was a really good one.
Did
Joey's
you
delay.
remember?
No, I can't remember. I think it must have been on. What was it on? It doesn't matter. I've lost it.
It doesn't. Nothing matters.
Okay, so going way back for just a moment, which is actually only the day before the day we're on now, but it's many, many pages, we encountered a babbling brook with a small, translucent skinned, feline-faced, dog-sized critter, and did some elemental stone stuff with that, at which point, shortly thereafter, in a swampy area, we get ourselves into a tussle with some shambling mounds, which really results in pretty chaotic situation.
It was a tough fight.
Long fight.
At the beginning of our previous session, Alirlock hits everybody with a big mass cure wounds because everybody except for Alirlock are in serious HP issues. Through some back and forth madness, Talik winds up engulfed a couple of times. We're able to get him out, and Bodyknock is just dipping himself in and out of the muck and the mire. Alirlock's throwing polymorphs, Pomerel's doing everything he can. Talik is just swinging away,
Just face tanking it.
and trying not to die. And it's just absolute chaos. We're trying all the different elements, trying to figure out what they're immune to and not. And at one point it looked pretty bad for the whole party, but we avoided a TPK, had suffered no casualties in fact, and ultimately defeated all of the shambling mounds. resulting in Body Knock finding a bag of holding, a scroll of Detect Good and Evil, a scroll of Purify Food and Water, and a shiny silver shield with a curved golden eagle on it that is infused. It's a shiny shield +1, and I cannot remember who wound up picking that up.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, awesome. So at that point, we get to camp on the 4th of Frost, and the Longsword Pallid Light tells Talik that he needs to go to its master's grave and plunge the sword into its master's chest to unleash its full power. But nobody hears that except for Talik. Talik then asks Learlock about cursed items, but Learlock does not have any answers. But the sword rebukes Learlock for judging it. Learlock made some statements about it, and the sword pretty much told him off. At that point, we set a course to continue northeast across the swamp. On the morning of the 5th of Frost, it's got a strong wind, 35 degrees, and raining. Learlock casts a spell magic on the Longsword Pallid Light without Talik's consent, and the sword reacts violently. While the sword is speaking, Pomerel uses his senses and detects evil coming from the sword. The sword plays some word games with Talik, claiming that it reacts to its wielder, but it's not evil. Pomerel then offers his throat to the sword, and with great effort, Talik prevents the sword from cutting him, but the rest of the party is unaware that Talik had to use so much effort, believing that it was merely just the situation as it seemed. Pomerel then beckons Talik to hand over the sword for examination, but Learlock waves Pomerel off, and the party continues forward, where they're confronted with a vast, unpassable body of water without a boat, I assume. And so they head northeast with the lake to their left. And then I have a note that says we need to roll hex checks at the start of this session.
Oh, thank
Alright.
you. I like that note. So yeah, so I went ahead and moved on the Harpy, but we did not roll for this hex. So about this lake situation, I've described it as a lake. I want to do a little bit more description and help you guys understand. We're pretty zoomed in on this map, but if you look at the larger Antiriath map, you'd be able to see that this actually goes out to the ocean. And as you'll approach this, you can smell this kind of gross, stinky, rotty, still water, but it also has a very briny, salty quality to it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's like the shore is kind of like muddy,
New
sandy,
Orleans-y.
very New Orleans-y, because like there's these big cypress trees that go down into the water and are, it's a whole ecosystem. But as you look out, there's probably 30, 40, 50 feet of water with trees in it, and then out past that, the water just keeps going. And I was doing some Googling. You can only see like a few miles out to sea, and this is like almost 40, 50 miles across. So y'all actually can't see across. As far as y'all know, yeah, as far as y'all know, it could be the ocean going straight across. Now you have your map, and if you're fairly confident that on your map you're where you are, then
Uh-huh.
you should believe that there should be land across. But
Well, I mean, Talik would know this body of water, right? He would know it exists and what its name is, at least.
he would be aware of the rotwood and that this brackish, gross water exists up here and kind of washes in and out from the shore. But he probably has never been up here. There's not a lot of reason to come up here.
Yeah. I just meant it's aware of its existence, maybe not
Yeah, I
necessarily.
mean, it's included on any major map of the continent. So, like, any of y'all who have seen a full map are aware of its existence. The only other thing I would say is I've got a pretty accurately drawn map here in game, and for the gaming purposes, we're going to play pretty accurate to the map. But just understand that, like, the characters wouldn't necessarily trust a map of this area because it's not like it's been surveyed a lot because of its grotesqueness.
Okay. So we're standing at this shore, and I'm looking at the map. Everybody knows I'm talking to the sword at this point. So just out in the open, I'm going to grab the sword and point it up in the air and talk to it. Just say, any ideas? I think we're at a dead end here.
We must find a way to cross.
Cross. Okay.
I can sense across the water. He's out there.
Guys, I think we need to cross here.
Pomerel just says, "You heard him, Sunbeam," and Sunbeam acquiesces and just starts walking into the water.
just starts wading out into the water.
Yeah.
You just start wading out. It takes a while for the water to start coming up even higher than, just its first joint on its ankle. It's very slow descent into the depths.
Pomerel turns around to see if everybody else is coming. You guys coming?
I'll look over at Alirlock and be like, "What do you think? You see a good path or anything? I mean, any place that looks better than another?"
Is there any way I could devise the path of least resistance just by vision alone?
It's fairly easy to devise a path out to the open water, but once you're in the open water, you just have to start swimming in a direction.
Swimming.
Yeah, so as Sunbeam goes out, I mean, eventually it gets up to his chest, and the trees, about where the trees stop, it's about, it's up to the bottom of Pomerel's feet.
So at that point, Pomerel stops Sunbeam and is like, "Come on, guys."
I don't know about that.
Out of character real quick, like this really freaks me out. I don't like this at all.
You don't like the dark water that you can't see
No,
into?
not at all.
Do we see something on the bank that's like is there something that's like a hollowed out log we could get into, a boat, wreckage? I mean, is there anything around?
So let's go ahead and make our rolls for the day, and we'll use those perception checks to see what you discover.
Also, as just a note, you will notice that I'm no longer donning my traditional footwear of slippers or spider climbing, and there is now a stone hovering around my ears above my head.
Oh, the ion stone.
Pomerel
Okay.
just now notices it. He goes, "There's something trying to hit you in the head."
So y'all can roll perception or survival.
18
11
perception.
perception.
Okay. 11's not great.
21.
Okay. Tell, like, you think you find some decent trees and stuff. Most of the wood seems really rotten and not very suitable for anything, and it seems very dense. If you knock a tree over, it just sinks to the bottom. But Pomerel, as you're looking around, you actually find a few boards, not natural tree, but something that was hewn and carved and man-made, but it's so dilapidated and worn out that you could walk right past it and think it was just some broken tree limbs and broken tree material. But with your keen perception, you're able to actually spot this, and there doesn't seem to be anything useful here, but it does give you some inkling that there could be some potential. It seems like there's a whole bunch of those like dock posts. Pretty much all the dock is gone, but there used to be a dock here at some point.
So Pomerel doesn't say anything. He's just kind of looking at it, and he's looking at the water, and he's looking at these boards, and finally he just hollers over to Body Knock, and he goes, "Hey, Body Knock,
Boy,
do y'all have those eels that go up the old, and he's pointing to his crotch. Do y'all have those here in the material plane?"
I hope not.
Oh, that is unfortunately not what I was hoping you'd say. Here goes. Pomerel hops off Sunbeam and starts examining the boards closer, trying to figure out if there's any hint of any sunken rafts or other things around, anything around these boards.
There doesn't seem to be a boat here of any kind or raft or anything. It seems like it was just a dock, and a fairly small one at that. It could have been a personal dock, or like a small village or something might have used it. But there's nothing substantial, especially after however much decay has been wrought upon it.
Well, I guess whoever had their boat tied up here didn't come back.
Well, that's reassuring.
Yeah. You think they died on land or water?
Probably in this water, and I kick into the black, brackish water.
Pomerel climbs up out of the water and he gets back up on the boards and he hops back up on the Sunbeam.
Body knock, you see anything around here useful?
Perception? Take a
Mhm.
look. 15.
Yeah, nothing that I haven't already given out. Kind of the same stuff.
All right, so I pull out the map. I'm looking at the map, and I hold it up in front of me. I'm like, come here, guys, come here, gather around. And I'm like, we got two choices. And I use my finger and I trace right. If y'all are looking at Harpy, I'm tracing along like right here. I'd say we head this way, try our luck getting across this water. Hopefully, this map is somewhat accurate. Or we're going to have to go south, several days' journey, go all the way around this water, head due east, which I don't necessarily want to do. We've made it this far, but I also don't want to swim across this water for 30 miles. But I guess we don't have any choices.
Does the map show where there's a ferryman?
Not from what you can see.
Fascinating.
So let's take a vote. Who wants to go across the water?
Oh, I'm following the demon sword. I need to see what happens to it once it plunges into its master's chest. So wherever you want to go, Talik.
Alirlock?
I'm not a super big fan of wading in the water. I mean, I'd still be okay to search around a little bit and see if there's another way, but
Body, what's your vote?
Yeah, I'm too short to go into this shit. I'm with the rabbit man. I'm with my friend Earlock.
Okay. Here's what I'd like to do, Sam. I'd like to push along this hex, which this is like almost half a hex. So I'm sure this is some travel time. Can you see me moving when I'm just moving on Harpy?
Yep. So yeah, the
I'd
way
like to
we're gonna
push
do
this
it
direction.
is if a hex has shoreline, then we're gonna treat it like it's a whole hex, just for simplicity of gameplay. So like if y'all are if you want to continue following that shoreline, the horn around to the east, then you'll just need to move into that hex and y'all will be exploring that shoreline.
Okay. That's what I'd like to do.
And we'll treat it like a new day.
Okay.
All right. So y'all make it through and we can roll onto the 6th if there's some reason y'all wanted.
I would like to change spells.
Okay.
I'm going to do that real quick. Maybe this will make everything a little easier.
Pomerel, are you making food?
Yep.
Okay, so we don't need to worry about rations or water, which it is very hard to find rations and water here, and y'all didn't even roll survival, so that's probably for the best. It's definitely a very unsettling rest. You'll notice in the Tailspire that I have changed the mood in the Tailspire map a little bit.
Gross.
Yeah, and as you guys wake up to this hazy, greenish fog rolling in off the water, the wind is blowing in from the north. It's a cold wind, and it begins to drizzle and rain, just a light rain. And it's going to be a windy, rainy, drizzly day, about 45 degrees. No, 35 degrees. I gave you the weather. Y'all give me your rolls. I assume everybody's doing perception since you've got the food on lock.
10.
16.
15.
17.
Wow, those are so freaking consistent. That's crazy.
Hmm.
As you guys are wandering along through this kind of muck and mire, some places it gets really squishy, and then other places you kind of have to turn inland just a little bit to go over a little hill. And as you're doing so, actually, all of y'all's rolls are good enough that y'all kind of all notice it at the same time, that what you're walking over, one of the horse's hoofs clops on a louder stone, something more solid, and you realize that it clopped onto the foundation walls of a really old house, like a stone dug in foundation, laying out what would have been a homestead who knows how long ago, and literally is all that's left is these stones that are half buried in the leaves and the muck and the mire. And as you guys are looking at this, Pomerel moves on pretty quickly after that, and he's the only one that notices something a little bit more organic. He notices a few black feathers laying around the ground, and his eye draws up and looks at them, and it leads him to the carcass of some prey animal that has been just completely eviscerated and devoured and torn down to bone and skin, just a little bit laying there. And as your eye continues on from that, you spot in the dark fog of this rainy, hazy day in the trees, 4 eyes glowing with a sickly yellow glow. And the next thing that y'all notice is a sound. A screeching, loud, raspy caw of some sort of bird monster that growls as it squawks. And I'm going to need us to roll initiative.
So Pomerel immediately calls out, Threndian Solacalor,
Ooh.
and daylight erupts 60 feet in every direction around him.
Okay.
Oh god. 7 on initiative for Talik.
Deuce. 22.
10.
Oh my god, initiative 3.
Oh no.
I didn't like my Elven spell
I love
word?
your Elven. Thought it was
That was
awesome.
great.
Absolutely loved it.
I'm gonna fucking forget what it was, but
You can go back and listen to it again.
I made the blood rush down to my PJs.
it was the word beautiful only applied to things of natural beauty, not people. Beautiful and the Elven word for warm light of the sun.
Okay, and that is a radius. How does that work mechanically?
60-foot radius sphere of light spreads out from a point you choose within range, but for him it's coming from his pendant of Islania.
Okay. So it's from him. Okay.
Swampy.
Oh, fuck this place.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you got a 22, 7, 3. What was yours, Joey?
10.
We love it. We love a good middle of the road number.
Love it.
Okay. So unsurprisingly, with a 7, a 3, and a 10, y'all are all going to be going afterwards. However, Bonnie Knock is going to be going before, and when this thing lets out its screech, you can definitely hear it.
Make me go first, man. I'm scared.
You're going to go first, and I'm going to drop some art in the Dissy. You think you're scared now? Wait till you see what this
I don't like birds, dude.
giant 2-headed owlbear looks like.
Oh,
Giant 2-headed
Right
undead owlbear
Holy shit.
is all you see. Is all you saw was these 4 eyes gleaming in the darkness and a shine of their beak, but now they're lit up in light, and you get a full view of this feathered, clawed monstrosity with like pieces of it falling and flaking off.
We're
okay, so I opened the wrong thing and I saw the Steven Seagal thing, and I was like, "That's what we're fighting."
You're fighting Steven Seagal.
Oh, yes.
I don't want to fight Steven Seagal.
Oh my god. Yeah, so Body Knock, what do you do?
Fucking run? No, fuck. Wait, let me look.
It's huge.
I don't. Oh,
Mechanically,
God, yeah.
yes,
I did
it is.
I
not.
thought it was a tree.
I did too. I thought it was like a. What the fuck? I don't fucking know.
Well, it's a monster, and it seems angry and seems to have spotted you.
Oh, so it sees me. Great. Cool.
Well, it sees the party. And you weren't rolling stealth, so yeah, it sees you guys.
Okay, I guess I'll just fucking take a shot at it with this bow since it's really big.
Okay, go for it.
17.
17 hits.
All right.
Okay, what's this thing's size?
It is huge mechanically.
That's gonna be a 12, and I don't get sneak attack. Wait, I'm close to them, so I still do, right?
No, your buddy has to be close to the target, not close to you.
Okay. I thought I could just be up there.
Sorry. You can hide up their butt.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that next because I'm terrified.
Oh yeah, I guess we should
Okay.
put you guys on mounts.
All right, me and Jeffrey are gonna go back and roll stealth check in these trees.
Okay.
That's a 30,
Yes.
so I'm hidden.
A
Straight up
30.
invisibility.
So you disappear into nothingness. You actually become incorporeal.
Oh yeah. You heard
Okay.
that, guys. DM said it. Counts.
Okay, anything else?
It's like Drax.
I shall end my turn.
Okay. This thing comes kadoosh, 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 just smashing through the little brush in between you and it, running straight to you. And right up to Pomerel. It's going to make 4 attacks.
Jesus.
One with each of its beaks and one with each of its claws. Here we go. First attack. Maybe 19?
Miss.
Miss. Okay. All right. Okay, this one's gonna be a hit. 24.
Hit.
Can I use my reaction?
If the reaction allows you to use it right now. What's the reaction?
Luck of the gods, and force him to re-roll that.
Yeah, you can. It's a second beak attack too, and it dropped it to a 19. All right, here come the claws. They're not nearly as much fun as the beaks. Ooh, fantastic roll though. Another 24.
That's a hit.
Ooh, I guess they were fun in the end. 25 damage on the first one.
Oops.
Second attack is a 21 to hit.
Let me make sure I have my AC calculated correctly. Yeah,
I
that's a
know,
hit.
right? I know that's right close. That's a
That's
hit.
so close.
That's right, close. Isn't it?
So much less damage. 17 damage.
Is my AC actually correct? Okay. Questioning everything.
All right, well, you got multiple turns to question it because it is a Learlock next.
I'm gonna cast Bane on the son of a bitch.
Does that make him hit less or easier to hit?
Makes him hit less.
Okay, does he get a save?
He gets a charisma save of 16. Or has to meet or beat a 16.
How's an 8 hit you?
Oh, yeah.
That's a fail.
He's
so.
baned. So
He's
he has
banged.
to roll a d4 and subtract it from any attacks or saving throws.
You know what? I'm going to use my giant
Oh,
D4
yeah.
for this. So I don't forget to roll it. God, it's so big.
What shape is it?
It's a tetrahedron.
A caltrop.
Yeah, a caltrop. But
Funny voice.
it has very chamfered edges. By
What was
design.
that word?
Chamfered?
Wow.
Just
I don't know
heard
that
that
one.
word before.
Oh, do you know
Must
what a
be an
fillet is?
engineering word.
It
A
is.
who?
Do you know what a fillet is?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna cook one this weekend.
Okay. A fillet is when you take and put a radius on an edge to make sure that it's not sharp and not going to cause interference. A chamfer is when you
round
go
out
and
an
take.
edge.
No, a chamfer is a sharp cut on the edge at like a 45. You can do it at any angle.
Oh, yeah, I'm picturing it.
See, that's information that does not get stored in the mind silo.
No,
The
you
mind
don't.
silo.
No, I use it every day, but you have no use for it.
I don't use it, but it's there.
You mill and route stuff, you'll use it.
Do you mill and route stuff, Josh?
Occasionally. I mean, not here. I haven't set up a shop yet, but yes.
There's
Oh,
not a
nice.
hobby that Josh doesn't have. You should know that by now.
That's true. I don't know what I was thinking.
I mean, what are you even thinking here?
What a fool. Alright, Learlock, you've banged him. I have no idea what that takes action economy wise, so what else do you want to do with your turn?
That's
You could
just
lie
an
to me right
action.
now. I'd believe you.
Well,
You
I've,
can call
I've
me
used my
over.
reaction already, and then I have used my
And he's on my horse.
action, and I'm on revenge.
You get a new reaction at the beginning of your turn. Mechanically, I probably messed up by letting you have a reaction before you took a turn in combat.
Well, that's why I asked.
Well,
But you said it was okay, so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
I'm fine with that.
We can remember that going forward, though. I am going to back up and go near as close as I can off of revenge. So I guess I'll use some movement to dismount? ?
Oh snap! Dismount. I think we said it takes like 5 feet of movement to jump on and off of horses, and that's all we are making it take.
I'll get right by here,
All right,
up against these rocks.
back up close to body knock. All right, against the little hill there. Yeah, you'll learn a bit of a valley. All
So
right,
that's my turn. Yep.
Mr. Grug, you're about 15 feet from this huge monster. It is in Palmerel's face, trying to bite and snap at it as Palmerel's fending it off. Somewhat well, but it's just so aggressive. Even when he blocks it with its shield, it still pushes him sideways and does some damage.
The first thing I'm going to do after seeing it just beat the shit out of him close range is I'm going to grab my new shining shield off my back and equip that. So what does that take?
That takes an action.
Okay, that's fine. I think it's worth it. Then I'm going to use a sorcery point to use a quickened spell as a bonus action, and I'm going to toss a firebolt at this thing.
Okay, all right.
That is a 15 to hit.
A 15 hits.
Oh, wow. Okay. Shocked by that. All right. 2d10. I do 8 fire damage.
Okay, 8 fire damage.
And then I'm going to yell back to a Learlock on the back and be like, you want me to get closer? Or should we stay here?
Oh, I've dismounted revenge.
Oh, so I turn around to yell that, and I see that he's jumped off already.
I've
And
bolted.
I'm gonna kick revenge and take off towards this thing and get up next to Pomerel
All right.
and get face to face with it.
Let the beefcakes spread it out a little bit.
Cakes spread the cheeks.
All in my turn.
Okay.
I don't know what the cheeks had anything to do with anything, but I just
Pomerel,
went
it's
with
your
it.
turn. I don't... Jesus.
I'm just having fun. Just having fun. Okay, so I don't even know what to do now. I'm gonna attack. Sunbeam's gonna kick this thing. I just saw it hit Pomerel, and it's just pissed.
Okay. The attack is equal to your spell attack modifier, so you can just roll a spell attack from the top of your spell sheet.
20 to hit.
20 is definitely a hit.
9 damage with the hoof attack.
All right, so he smacks
Let's
into this
go.
guy,
Yeah.
and it's psychic damage, which is bizarro.
Yeah. Bam, bam.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Knee pop.
So then, Pomerel will use a bonus action to light his sword afire
Sure. Yeah,
as
as one
he's
does.
brandishing it, and then that's another 40-foot radius of bright light added to the existing. So we got this place lit up.
Got him lit.
Talik squints.
Jolly squints. And at that point, I'm going to swing the sword. Oh, 13 to hit.
A 13 does not get you.
I'm using inspiration
slash into it.
I'm using inspiration to roll it again.
Okay. Yeah, you slash
Oh.
into it, and it just like catches in his thick, matted fur hide.
Nat 20. Let's
And
fucking
then
go.
You push
Wow.
through and plunge it up into him.
Great use of inspiration.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank
that works.
you.
Yeah.
So that will be okay, and then I'm going to do Divine Smite.
Of
Will that
course. Yeah,
also-
with the crit.
Will that also roll?
Oh
the
yes.
crit?
That is the joy of the divine smite.
Okay, so I'm going to roll the first slash, which is 2d8 plus 3. Okay, do that first. All right,
Yeah.
slash is going to be 7 damage.
The flame will double too.
Yeah, then the flame, which is going to be 2d10 plus 3. Oh, 14 damage. And then I'm going to cast Divine Smite at 3rd level, which would normally be...
This is going to be bonkers. 3rd level, so it's 2d8, then 2nd level's 3d8, then 3rd level's 48. But he's undead, so it'd be 5d8.
So 5d8 times 2.
So it's 10d8.
So 10d8.
This is going to be unbelievable.
I hope so. That's a lot of 1s and 2s. 36 radiant damage.
My gosh. All right, give me all the damage, so it's easier math
Okay.
on my part.
So 57 total damage.
My goodness gracious. Okay, yeah, you put a licking into this massive beast and like blow a little chunk out of its back as light just beams off the end of your sword.
Pomerel's just giggling. He's just like, Talik, you didn't tell me you had such fun creatures here. And he swings his sword again. Oh, 25 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
Okay.
That'll do big.
So he's going to slash. That's a nat 1. So that'll be 4 slashing damage. And then 11 fire damage.
All right, good damage. And just so you, because I know you guys like to know, it seems like everything's going through as expected. He's burning, he's slashing, he's radianting.
That's all I got.
He's radiating. That's all you got. Okay. Okay, well, that was plenty, I think. Body Knock, it is your turn now.
You've had enough.
So I'm gonna stay in here. I don't want my sneak attack this time. I would do the same thing. I'm kind of,
Yeah, you will have advantage because you did hide.
19.
A 19 will hit.
I can't roll damage, can I? That's just hit, right?
Just your 2 hits. But you still have your sneak attack, so.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's 5, and
But that was a D12 that you got a 1 on. That's pretty rough.
yeah, that's pretty rough too. 16, so
Yeah,
21,
that's not great either. Alright.
and I'll fucking
Man.
do my thing and hide again because this thing's fucking scary.
Well, y'all are fucking scary. This thing is outraged. So it ran up and attacked Pomerel, and Pomerel returned with just an incredible amount of damage, and so it is incensed at Pomerel. It's going all 4 back to Pomerel. Here we go. Beak, claw. First beak. Ugh, first beak's definitely missed. It's like a 10. Second beak is a 17. Alright. Oh my god, 14. Third beak, 18. Oh my
Pomerel's
gosh.
just bobbing and weaving and just giggling.
Was that before D4?
Those were before D4s, yeah. Sorry about your Bane. I
Man.
didn't even roll it because he rolled crap the whole time.
Why would you do that?
I'm sorry, Joey. I should have rolled it just to give you the satisfaction of knowing how terrible they were. One of them would have been like a... Here, I'll roll it on the
A
one
zero.
that was... One was a 7 total. Let's see. -3 was a 4. Are you happy?
Yeah,
You made one of them embarrassingly low.
I love it. Okay.
God.
Lurlock's happy now.
I rolled everything on the D4. I just rolled it 3 more times. I rolled a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. Go, Learlock. It's your turn.
Oh, shoot. I'm going to do the thing that I'm really good at.
Oh.
I'm going to cast a guiding bolt at
Okay,
first
okay.
level.
At first level, just...
Specifically first level.
Okay.
And it came out to a 19.
That'll do.
And it is... Oh my. 13 radiant damage.
Some pretty good damage. Pretty good damage. He's not dead, but he's glowing.
He's glowing, and the next attack has advantage.
Indeed. Anything else?
Sure. Because I didn't do it last time, I'm gonna second level cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action, and bloop it up right next behind his butthole.
Of course. Yeah, that's where spiritual weapons belong.
Good old butthole bloop it.
And then it's going to smack him, maybe. Oh yeah, 21. Oh yeah, 9 damage.
All right,
Let's
all
go.
right. We take what we can get. You didn't roll out with advantage though.
Shit. That was not my intention, but I did it anyway. Oh my god, nat 20.
Let's go.
No
It worked
way.
out.
No way.
Let's
Just-
go.
Just roll another D8. We'll add it to it, or
Nat
whatever
20
it is.
with the spiritual weapon.
Incredible. 2 rerolls tonight, both resulting.
Oh my
in
god,
nat
max
20s.
damage. Let's go. So 9 plus 8 is
Add 8 more
17.
to it. Oh my gosh. Well, I already did the other, so I'll just add 8 more to it. Wow, that was worth it. That was worth the reroll.
That was worth it, yeah. Alright, that's my turn. I'm not moving.
Okay. Talik, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm up in this thing's face. I'm going to take a couple of swings with the longsword of pallid light, just one-handed. Ooh, a
Jesus.
30 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh my gosh, I have plus.
That's not
11
a crit.
now with
That's
that.
crazy.
That'll be 12 slashing damage
Okay.
and plus some necrotic damage.
Yep, go ahead and roll that.
6 necrotic, so 18 total, and then I'll swing again.
The first time in a couple days, it kind of gets a good. As it sucks in some energy from this thing.
Second swing, I got a 23 to hit.
And it is looking pretty lit. You might finish it.
11 slashing damage plus 6 more necrotic, so 17 total.
And that is enough to kill
Let's
this
go.
monstrosity. Y'all just came in and
Whomped
wrecked it so freaking fast.
And as the longsword of pallid light sticks into this, killing this huge beast, getting the final blow, it invigorates me with necrotic energy, and I shiver all over in pleasure.
Wow.
Specifically in pleasure.
Goodness.
Tolly goes over and teabags him.
Is into a dirty cod sweat. Oh my gosh. Says GG easy and drops a GG
GG
easy in chat.
I'd like to look around and see if this thing's got a stash or anything on it or anything like that. Find out what happens to our party next week. Check us out at dndndummies.com. And please leave us a rating and a review on your podcast app. It would mean the world to us.
Did you hear about the power outlet who got into a fight with a power cord?
I don't even have a guess for this one.
He thought he could sock it to him.
Haha.
Okay, I like that one. Taylor.
Taylor was not impressed.